Everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches 4. Today we are using this fun sketch from Inspired Blueprints. And I love this because it's a very basic sketch that you can make as simple or as complicated as you want. I tried to make it simple, but in doing that it became crazy complicated. So here are my photos, and I'm using these fun little half circles, scallops. This is from that Paige Evans couple lines ago that had the scallops in a circle on that pattern paper that everybody used. And I just pulled out the yellow and the orangey corally color ones. I'm then going to do a little bit of mixed media here on my paper. I am using, this is Caribbean Sunset. This is a red I am not afraid of. Red scares me, as I'm sure it does a lot of people when it comes to mixed media, but using it on orange, so it's very muted. But this particular one, it's almost got a coral color to it, and I can do coral, so it works really well. And then to mute it even a little bit more and change the color, I add a little bit of Glorious Days. Now, this is one thing, it's if you would think of it as comparable as to like the Gold Heidi Shine, is what it is for the shimmers. What I really love about Glorious Days vibes though, is that when you mix it in with a different color, especially one that's maybe a little too bright and out of your comfort zone, if you just mix that, it does not take away the color, but it does help mute it a little. So big tip, if you are afraid of a certain color, it's too bright for you or whatever, if you just add a little bit of this, it works really well. And then of course it works fabulous all on its own because it's gold. It's got a tad bit of a yellow color. It's a yellowy gold. But when it dries, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So, yep, I could not recommend that enough. If you don't have it in your stash already, you need to get some. It's fabulous. And you can see I'm just trying to make the circle effect that is in the sketch. I'm trying to follow it as much as possible in my mixed media. Of course, when it dries, it's super subtle. I could go back and do more if I chose, but I'm going to leave it. I like, you know me, in mixed media, I like it to be subtle. So just a little something there for interest. I'm going to line up my photos there. Like I said, these are Halloween photos. They are from this year. I cannot believe I'm actually scrapbooking like in time. It's weird. The funny thing is I'm almost done with my 2019 album. Like I'm so caught up with it that I only have a few layouts to do. So it's nice. I'm going to see how I do next year with it, because it's nice to be caught up and have some recent memories documented. There was a lot of orange going on, so I'm going to have a nice white border. It just kind of helps soften it all. And then I glued my banner down, and now I'm going to play with my photos here. I have to figure out, I have 4 photos, and I wanted to decide if I was going to use all 4 of them and do a flip book like I do, or if I was just going to take one away. But each one of them, one of the kids looks really cute in one of them, so I decided to go with all of them, and I just figured out which ones looked the best on the outside and with the way they were lined up. I do have to switch that photo. You can see me touching right there. Nora is looking off the page, and that just looks weird, so I flip it, and so that photo is in the actual flip book in the middle. I add a little bit of tissue paper. Again, it's a nice softening element. And then I go through, this is all scraps. This is Halloween scraps that I've had for years. And it's really nice to be going through it and getting some stuff used up. It makes me so happy. I'm going to try to do as many layouts as I can with it. And then I'm going to destash it. So come next October, when I'm ready to do Halloween, I'm going to allow myself to get a Halloween kit and get some new stuff, because I feel like I've used enough of this. So I'm very proud of myself with that. And you can see every single photo, I'm just going to do a little something different to it. I start with these little half, I love to do this little half like layer. The corner layer, I really love the effect that it brings. I do it to both at first, but then I go ahead and I switch it out. I really struggled with how to, the base of it was super easy to do, but then after that I struggled. So I decided to take a break. I stitch my banner and my tissue paper in place. I grabbed this Happy Halloween wood veneer. I'm thinking I'm going to use that because you can see in the sketch how there's a title right above there. I'm thinking that's going to work perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and place that there. And I think about adding these sparkly pumpkins. They're not going to make it, but I do try. And I just like, this is the layout. Like it's what it's supposed to look like, but it's too basic for me. So I'm like, I just don't know what to do. So yes, I struggled. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and fix that. You're going to see me do some stitching and kind of play around. You're going to watch me do a little mixed media on the Happy Halloween and how I create my flip book. So you should be watching that. And while I do that, let's talk about this Halloween. I had a blue Power Ranger Ninja, a Dino Princess, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider. That is what my kids wore this year. And they're all so cute and so unique in their own ways. I love it. I love them. We picked out Barrett's for their first Halloween. We shop at Value Village for Halloween costumes too. I just cannot justify spending all that money for a costume they're going to wear once. So it's Value Village for us. And we just found this one. It was really cute. So Sean and I always together kind of decide what their first costume is, and a lot of times I let Sean pick because it's something fun. He really enjoys like spooky stuff, so I like to let him kind of pick. And so we found a few, but the spider was kind of the winner there, so that was fun. Nora picked out her costume. We were just kind of going through everything and she saw it and she was like grabbing for it, so she was very, very excited to be a Dino Princess, and she was super cute. And Jackson found his costume actually back in August. He knew what he wanted to be right away. And in order to make him a cool ninja, because he didn't just want to be a Power Ranger, he had to be a ninja Power Ranger, we just got him a cool sword that he didn't even walk around with, but he liked it. He had it, so he was happy, and that's all that matters. And it was a really fun night. We went out and did our trick-or-treating. They got tons of candy, and it was a lot of fun. So that is what the photos are. I like to do photos of them each separately, and then this group photo of the three of them with the pumpkins lit up right before we go trick-or-treating. So I used to do 3 because I only had 2 kids, but now I'll do 4 layouts to go with it. Now you can see I'm still working on that wood veneer. And I was thinking, well, I wasn't liking the way it was looking. So I'm like, oh, I'll just make it all black and it'll look really cool. And no, didn't like that either. So I am going to, the happy just wasn't working for me. I'm going to take it away. I'm going to use these sparkly numbers that say 31. And I'm just going to slide that wood veneer under that photo like you can see there. So all you can see is Halloween. That's all you need. It doesn't have to say happy. It's totally fine. And then I go into this thicker that I have slowly been using, especially the white side of this one. It came together, half of it's gold, half of it's white. And I take the hearts there to kind of be the floral that you can see in the sketches. I put the hearts there so it's got a nice grounding. And then I dig out my Sweet Mom scrap sequence, and this is what really makes this layout awesome. So I take blue, and then off camera I take orange and purple and just add a little bit there to my banner there, and it's super fun. I'm also showing you that to keep my flip book closed, I just take the tiniest little bit of glue and I kind of turn it into a ball of tape and stick it onto my photo, and it just is enough that it keeps it down, but it's super easy to pick back up. So yes, it's a little sticky, but it works really well. So that was just my little tip there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a corner to each side, and that is going to do it. So I struggled, but I like it. But simplistic is not my thing. And so it takes me longer to do a simplistic layout than it does a busy one. It's really funny. Please make sure you head on over and check out Crystal and Christina's takes for today, and I will be back tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.